if you could sit down with, the heads of education or the heads of child protection, child safeguarding, statutory authorities, what do you think you'd say to them?
So I guess, I'd say a lot, but I think there's two things that I think are really important and really misunderstood. So the first thing I'd say is we need to sort out the language. The language that is used to describe children and young people is hugely problematic. It's hugely problematizing of those children and young people, and it shapes and forms the way that they are viewed and the way that they are seen. So language is the first thing. Let's get on with a piece of work sorting that out. And I guess the second thing that is also hugely misunderstood is that behaviour is communication. That seems to me to be such a difficult concept for people to understand. It's almost as if people think children have an articulation of their trauma that it can take you decades to get, that they can somehow come and say to you, I've got to have a chat with you later because I'm really struggling with something and I'd like to talk it through, And of course, that is not possible. But that's the expectation. So when a child shows you, which is what children will always do, that they are struggling with something, I would say that's something that I would really like to be understood more. And one of the first ways of understanding that is for people to drop into their own central nervous system, their own relationship with shame and their own relationship with struggle. And if they can do that, and that's some of what I try and do with people, if they can do that, then that expands that space of compassion, because then there's some compassion for self. It's very, very difficult to think about behaviour as communication if you don't have the time and space to think about how you communicate your own distress when you're distressed. So I think that would be what I would be looking at. Let's give people some space for reflection. Let's give people some space for some really good training opportunities. Let's give people some space to drop into their own bodies, so that exploration can happen.